If you're considering learning a martial art, you might be wondering what the differences are between Tai Chi and Kung Fu and which one is ideal for you. It's an excellent question because the distinctions aren't often evident. Today, we present Shaolin Kung Fu versus Tai Chi Chuan, and which of them is better in real-life situations. But before we start, don't forget to punch the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Also like and share the video with your friends. And don't forget to watch till the end to know all the ins and outs about these two ancient martial art styles. When it comes to Tai Chi and Kung Fu, what's the difference? The main difference between Tai Chi and Kung Fu is that Kung Fu is often far more physically demanding than Tai Chi. While Tai Chi focuses on mental discipline and physical wellness these days, Kung Fu is still practiced as a combat method with the goal of making self-defense intuitive. At the same time, there are many parallels between Tai Chi and Kung Fu that an inexperienced eye cannot notice. Let's compare and contrast the two fields to discover what they're all about. Tai Chi is a martial technique that's rarely used in martial arts competitions. Many of its practitioners are only vaguely aware that it is a combat art. Most students want to do Tai Chi as a form of exercise because it helps with balance and build mental discipline. Tai Chi Chuan or Tai Chi Chuan is an acronym of Tai Chi Chuan. It is best utilized for self-defense and is regarded as an inside martial art, as opposed to Kung Fu, which is an outward martial art. Even in China, where Tai Chi was born, there are still those who practice it as a form of martial art in pushing hands wrestling events, although Tai Chi's popularity for fighting has been progressively decreasing. However, the health advantages of Tai Chi practice are undeniable, and practicing Tai Chi for its mindfulness, meditativeness, and fitness routines is an extremely reasonable decision. Because it's no longer often practiced as a martial art, it's quite simple to pick up if you haven't exercised in a long time, have a handicap, or are very young or very elderly. It's obvious that Tai Chi must have evolved in a similar way to Kung Fu methods in China at some point. What is less evident is when the two separated and what Tai Chi's overall history looks like. This is owing, at least in part, to the fact that Tai Chi is a relatively recent phrase. It appears to have originated in the 19th century, with numerous kinds of wrestling cited as forerunners. When it comes to Tai Chi's origins, there are two schools of thinking. The earliest claims that the technique was created by Zhang Shanfeng, a Taoist monk from the 12th century. Unfortunately, it looks like this is based on work from the 19th century. There was no connection between Zhang Shanfeng and any form of martial art until a 17th century scroll was discovered, and the Tai Chi connection was discovered 200 years later. As a result, many academics dispute this assertion. The second group, which makes the strongest claim, connects Tai Chi to the 17th century martial art practiced by the Shen family, and claims that their disciple, Yang Lushan, promoted the form throughout the 17th and 18th centuries. This style appears to have been influenced by a nearby Shaolin temple, and although it might also have been derived from the writings of a Ming dynasty general, there's a lot of scholastic disagreement here. Even before it was dubbed Tai Chi, Tai Chi appeared to have gone through multiple stages of stylistic evolution. The Shen, Yang, Wu Hao, Wu, and Sun styles are the 5 main styles of Tai Chi, each influenced by a significant martial arts family. In today's China, there are dozens of additional smaller styles that are well known. However, it's widely acknowledged that the Shen style has the most influence on all other Tai Chi styles. By far the most well-known kind of Tai Chi today is the leisure approach. It's also the style that Kung Fu may be compared to. Kung Fu is a phrase used in China to refer to all martial arts. This means that Tai Chi is technically Kung Fu. But if that were the case, this would be a very short and uninteresting essay. Kung Fu, Gong Fu, and Wushu, all Chinese versions of the same term, are a specified collection of martial arts that belong to distinct schools such as Shaolin or Wing Chun, if we consider Kung Fu in a more contemporary and literalistic sense. We may put Tai Chi aside because it differs significantly from the other Kung Fu styles. Tai Chi is an inside martial art, whereas others are external martial arts. This also allows us to contrast and compare the two. However, it's important recalling that Tai Chi is essentially Kung Fu in its most literal sense, and so you may argue, rightly, that there's no difference between the two. We may draw this distinction since there is a distinction between Tai Chi and Kung Fu for English speakers, a mostly unarmed Chinese martial art resembling karate, according to the Oxford English Dictionary. While Tai Chi may appear to those in the know to be a very slow-mo form of karate, it does not appear to most viewers to be karate. There is no straightforward story of Kung Fu to be found because Kung Fu tends to refer broadly to all martial arts in early Chinese history. What we do know is that in around 3000 BCE, Emperor Huangdi is claimed to have developed official warfare tactics. General Qi Yu, his antagonist, is credited with inventing Xiao Di, a kind of Chinese wrestling. Around 500 BCE, Chinese martial arts began to distinguish between hard and soft divisions, and by 200 BCE, there was also a differentiation between armed and unarmed martial arts. However, when the Shaolin Temple in Song Mountains was constructed in the 5th century AD, what we now know as Kung Fu began to take shape. Although this type of Kung Fu has changed significantly since the days of the first Shaolin monks, the basic form would have been instantly identifiable as Kung Fu to a modern spectator. Near the very end of the Chinese Civil War in the 1950s, the sport of wushu was created as a southern Chinese formalization of the Kung Fu regulations. It's fair to say that during the course of Kung Fu's 5,000-year existence as a broad classification of martial arts, there have been a lot of styles that have come and gone. In truth, many have been lost to history, and even a current list might span many pages. As you might guess, with dozens if not hundreds of various variations of Kung Fu over the years, there's no uniform Kung Fu philosophy. Individual branches like as Wing Chun or Shaolin may, of course, have their own philosophy. As we all know, Shaolin is a Buddhist monk, so if you learn Shaolin Kung Fu, you will spend a lot of time studying Buddhist philosophy and figuring out how to incorporate it into your practice. Courage, endurance, patience, persistence, and willpower are mental qualities. Humility, morality, respect, trust, and goodness are the virtues of the act. As you might think, practitioners are supposed to embody these notions, but as you might anticipate, perceptions of how this should function in reality vary widely and inconsistently between Kung Fu systems. And that's how we conclude this video. Out of these two different martial arts styles, which one would you prefer? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll handpick and feature your comment in the next video, so don't forget to comment. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit the like button to show your support. It was a pleasure to talk to you guys. Please like and share the video with your friends. Until next time.